Caitlin, could you tell us a little bit about your eye, the hit, if it affected you, how it affected you, and through the rest of the game?
Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down, and obviously a tough time for that to happen.
Did you know that despite getting poked in the eye, Caitlin Clark only had 2 turnovers in the game? That's insane considering how much it must have affected her vision. But there's more to this story than just stats. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Things get crazy at this point. In addition to persevering through discomfort, Clark is battling to establish herself on the biggest platform of her career. What could be more absurd?
I got some really good looks. I felt I had three pretty wide open threes in the first half. Better than I usually do, which is a positive. But overall, Coach said in the locker room, we were down 3 the first quarter, down 5 second quarter, and then lost by 3 in the third.
There's more to this eye poke than meets the eye. It resembles the beginning of WNBA Clark's heroic tale. The problem is that this goes beyond a single play. It's about how a superstar rookie responds to hardship in front of a large audience. Is Clark able to recover? Will she play differently as a result? Everyone in the WNBA is eager to see what will happen next, and they are all on edge. A player's season has the potential to be made or broken by moments like these. Though the real story isn't about Clark's eye, everyone is concentrating on it. What if I told you that this accident is only the beginning of a rivalry that has been simmering for several months? The Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun game is the key matchup of the WNBA playoffs, which are rapidly intensifying. However, this is no ordinary game. Caitlin Clark and Dijonai Carrington, 2 players with a rich history, are facing off.
We struggle to get stops at times, but also the clock getting messed up. It was one thing after the next, but overall, it didn't bother me.
Imagine this. The rookie sensation Clark is attempting to establish herself on the biggest platform of her career. The seasoned player Carrington is keen to prove she's still got it. A knife can easily cut through the tension. Then it takes place. Carrington's hand suddenly comes into contact with Clark's face. Fans go crazy. Was there a mishap? Was it deliberate? There are replays everywhere, and thoughts are shared by all. Here's where things get crazy, though. Fans have dubbed it an assault. Carrington is being accused by others of extreme flopping. Videos in slow motion and hot takes are exploding on social media. The WNBA world as a whole appears to be divided. Know what's absurd? There are more plays at stake in this moment. It resembles the start of WNBA Clark's heroic tale. Consider this. Every outstanding player has a turning point or obstacle that they must overcome. For Clark, this could be the end. Put yourself in Clark's position. You're a newbie, everyone is watching you, and all of a sudden, you're at the heart of this major dispute. How do you deal with it? Do you let it affect you, or do you turn it into motivation? This is where the true narrative begins. It's about Clark's reaction, not just about the poke in the eye. Will the pressure get to her, or will she be able to overcome it?
Like I said, I'm proud of our team. We battled, we fought. It wasn't pretty.
The entire league is observing, eager to discover her true nature. But what was Clark's reply? It becomes interesting at that point. She doesn't give up. Her eye turns black, but she still plays. It's the kind of mental toughness that makes legends out of good players. Clark was obviously determined, but something wasn't right. She wasn't getting the shots she usually did. Did that poke of her eye mess with her more than she let on? Or was it just bad luck? A superstar like Clark ought to be able to take a little jab in the eye, wouldn't you think? Well, everyone was taken aback by what transpired next. Her angry expression was unmistakable, and her black eye didn't make it any better. She was clearly having difficulty. Clark's performance plummeted. The fluid shots she typically misses, clanking off the edge were they, resembled watching a distinct player in the field. Even WNBA legend Rebecca Lobo, who is now an analyst, was astounded by what she saw. During the broadcast, Lobo said, "Clark's missing shots she normally makes in her sleep." This is where Clark demonstrates her uniqueness, though. She didn't give up even after she missed her shot. She still had a strong floor game. She was working hard, organizing plays, and battling for every item. That's the kind of perseverance that sets good players apart from exceptional ones. What's wild, you know? Clark offered no justifications. She engaged the media head-on after the game. "Obviously got me pretty good in the eye," Clark said. She then revealed something shocking. It didn't bother me. I thought I gave it my all and fought. The thing about rookies in the WNBA is that they're constantly being watched closely. Every action, every shot, and every error is meticulously examined. And when you're treated like Clark, the next big thing, it puts even more strain on you. However, Clark's reaction to this entire mess, it's the reason why everyone is talking. She held her ground. She didn't complain. She persisted in pushing. It is this mentality that elevates competent athletes to the status of legends. There are more than one play or game in this eye-poking drama. That is not all that it is. It concerns the way a young, talented star responds to hardship when the entire world is observing. Is Clark able to recover from this? Will she allow it to enter her mind? Or will she turn it into motivation? Watching to see what Clark does next has the entire WNBA on edge of their seats. A player's season, if not their career, could be defined by an event like this. It goes beyond simply tallying your point total or assists given. It matters how you respond to adversity. Although it may seem like this is only about one game, it's much more than that. Not just a fleeting incident. Caitlin Clark's eye-poke drama represents a new chapter in her WNBA career. And this story has more twists than a pretzel factory, I promise you. Let's discuss what it's actually like to be a WNBA rookie. Not everything is glitz and grandeur. These youthful athletes are entering a league populated by seasoned professionals who have experienced it all and likely bear the scars to show for it. Clark is fighting for respect, not just for points on the scoreboard. Take on the role of Clark now. Everyone is chatting about you. You're the newest and greatest thing, and then boom. On national TV, you receive a poke in the eye. That is embarrassing in addition to being painful. The real question is, how do you respond to situations like these? That's what makes the best players different from the rest. The Connecticut Sun, however, they're engaged in an entirely distinct game. While all eyes are on the Clark drama, they're out there demonstrating the true meaning of teamwork. They're cooperating to shut down a whole team, not just try to stop one player. Folks, that's the kind of game plan that wins titles. But for a moment, let's be honest. This goes beyond basketball. It's about the making of champions. It's about overcoming hardship head-on and emerging stronger. In addition to her struggles on the court, Clark is also up against pressure, expectations, and a lot of drama right now. What about the supporters? They're not merely observing from the sidelines. They are passionately arguing over each play, call, and move. The WNBA community as a whole seems to be holding its breath, anticipating what will happen next. What's wild, you know? Perhaps the best thing that has ever happened to Clark is this poke in the eye. Yes, you did hear me correctly, considering that she now has a point to make. She's got a grudge against someone. And that chip has the power to separate great athletes from mediocre ones. The crucial question is this, though. How will Clark react? Will she let this experience define who she is, or will she let it motivate her to grow even more? Watching to see if she has what it takes to be a true champion, the entire league is captivated. However, even though Caitlin Clark has experienced a lot, this is the moment when things start to deviate from the usual. A lot of people are looking forward to seeing what action she takes next. Do you think she can withstand the pressure and come back stronger, or do you think she will give in? At this moment, fans are glued to their seats, waiting impatiently for Clark to produce a noteworthy comeback. One could argue that they are considering the possibility that this is her chance to show what she is capable of. As they wait for her to make an impression on the court, everyone seems to be holding their breath. They all seem to be waiting for her to go all hot and bothered.